So guys, it's Alex here, and today I'm going to talk about what Christians can learn from other LGBT plus Christians. If I'm looking like over this way, my notes are written on my laptop here, and I just can't be bothered to change where I'm sitting, so I'm just going to be like this a bit. But whatever, here we go. So the first thing we can learn is that LGBT plus Christians have a lot of faith in God and love and respect God the same way that everybody else does who doesn't fit into the LGBT brackets. Most people think or seem to look down on us as some sort of sinful group, and that really infuriates me at the best of times. But they kind of think that we don't have the same respect or love for God just because we are the way we are, which is complete nonsense, really. The people I know that are queer and a Christian have like the most amazing faith and relationship with God, more than people that I see who claim that they are better Christians than us. So it has absolutely nothing to do with that whatsoever. Point two I've got is that we are no different to anyone else. Like, God made us all in his image, so surely none of us are any different just because we like the people we like, or we happen not to be born in the correct body that our gender identifies as, does not make us any different to anyone else. So it can often feel like an outcast when you're a Christian who's LGBT plus, because people think you're completely out there and nothing like anyone else, which is, again, rubbish, and that view and idea needs to change. Point three, quite a lot of people assume that taking the path we take, I guess, it's not really a path, it's kind of who we are, but living life how we live, people assume that that's really easy for us to do, and that we've not struggled with that. Just because we have a different view to them doesn't mean that's the case. A lot of people who are LGBT plus and Christian have fought and struggled with this for the whole of their life, really. As soon as they knew, they've struggled with it, because we are looked down upon so much in the community, that we just have a lot of internal self-hate because people are always telling us that we're wrong, or that we're not loved because of who we are. So it takes a lot of time for us to get our heads around it. So when we're actually choosing to live the life that we've been given to live, it's not easy. It takes a long time to get to that, and it's quite a celebration when we do, because actually that's who we're made to be, and if we're made to be like that, then we should just live like that. Another thing that I really struggle with is when people tell us that they love us, but they really don't show it in their actions. I know a lot of LGBT plus Christians feel this, that often people are like, oh yeah, we'll love you no matter what, but they don't actually show that. What they do and the way they act towards us, just, they think that it's because it's like biblical, but the Bible tells us to love everybody no matter what, like literally everybody. And the things people say, or even things that people don't say, can really affect us, and it doesn't make us feel loved at all in our own like family. So yeah, the last thing I want to say is it's kind of a challenge for you, for Christians that don't identify as LGBT plus, is to kind of listen to people's stories, because we have had a massive journey to get to the point that we are, to be able to talk to people about our sexuality or our gender and our faith, and these stories that we share are really helpful for other people who don't identify as LGBT plus, because it gives an insight into our world and our lives, and how all the things we have to battle and face every day just because we're not seen to be like the rest of them. And even though that's not the case, we're just the same as everybody else, but we're often felt and left to be like outcasts. So listening to other people is so important. You can learn so much from people's stories, and also to read about things and look at things in a different light to how you've seen them before. Just because you've learned and grew up with something for the whole of your life does not mean that it's right. It does not mean that it's wrong either, but you've got to have an open mind with these things. I definitely had one view growing up in a Christian environment, and then when I discovered who I actually was and read more about the God that I know and the God that I love, I discovered a whole new side to my faith. I've grown so much in that. So yeah, they're the points that I have for today, and I know this has kind of been quite a serious sit down chat, but I hope that it helps you a little bit in some way, shape or form. But if not, thanks for listening. If so, I'm really glad. So yeah, adios.